Brock Lesnar just got disrespected in the most disgusting way possible, and I'm about to show you footage that WWE tried to bury. Jacob Fatu didn't just return to Smackdown, he obliterated everything Brock has built, and if you think this is just another wrestling storyline, you're dead wrong. This is personal, this is war, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand why Vince McMahon is panicking behind closed doors right now. Before I expose what really happened, smash the like button right now because YouTube is trying to suppress this content. Subscribe and turn on all notifications because this channel is the only place giving you the unfiltered truth that WWE doesn't want you to know. Drop a comment telling me if you're Team Lesnar or Team Fatu because this is about to get insane. Listen, I've been covering WWE for years, and I have never seen anything like what went down on SmackDown. Jacob Fatu walked into that arena like a demon possessed, and the look in his eyes told everyone in that locker room that someone was going to the hospital. The atmosphere was electric, the crowd was roaring, but nobody, and I mean nobody, expected what was about to happen to the Beast incarnate. Brock Lesnar has been untouchable for over 2 decades. This is the man who conquered The Undertaker's streak, the man who made John Cena look like a child, the man who destroyed everyone from Goldberg to Roman Reigns. He's the most legitimate fighter in WWE history, a former UFC heavyweight champion, and someone who doesn't play games. But Jacob Fatu? This man is from a different breed. He's Samoan royalty, part of the legendary Anoa'i family, and he carries the warrior spirit that made his family legendary. Now here's where it gets controversial, and this is why I need you to comment right now. Do you think Brock deserved what happened to him? Because social media is exploding with fans saying Lesnar had this coming for years of part-time dominance and burying full-time talent. The WWE universe is divided, and your voice matters. Let me paint the picture of what actually happened. SmackDown was building to this massive showdown, tensions were at an all-time high, and Brock was cutting one of his typical intimidating promos with Paul Heyman. The Beast was talking about how nobody in WWE can touch him, how he's conquered every generation, and how he's the final boss of professional wrestling. Classic Brock, right? Wrong. Because while he was running his mouth, Jacob Fatu's music hit, and the entire arena erupted. The camera panned to the entrance ramp, and there he was, Jacob Fatu, looking like an absolute monster. 6 feet tall, 290 pounds of pure Samoan fury, and he wasn't coming out for a friendly conversation. He was stalking down that ramp like a predator who had found his prey, and you could see Brock's face change. For the first time in years, the Beast incarnate looked concerned. Paul Heyman immediately tried to step between them, playing his role as the advocate, but Fatu shoved him aside like he was a rag doll. What happened next sent shockwaves through the entire WWE. Jacob Fatu charged at Brock Lesnar with a Samoan drop that shook the entire ring. But he didn't stop there. Oh no, this was just the beginning. Fatu started unleashing a barrage of super kicks, headbutts, and devastating strikes that Brock couldn't defend against. The crowd was going absolutely insane, chanting "This is awesome" while watching 2 legitimate warriors going to war. Here's what's infuriating though, and I want you to comment if you agree with me. Brock tried to fight back with his signature suplexes, and for the first time in forever, they didn't work. Fatu absorbed them like they were nothing. He popped right back up and hit Brock with a running hip attack that sent the Beast flying into the corner. The commentators were screaming, Michael Cole was losing his mind, and even Corey Graves couldn't believe what he was witnessing. But the most controversial moment, the moment that has the entire WWE universe in an uproar, was when Jacob Fatu climbed to the top rope. The crowd held their collective breath as this 290-pound Samoan warrior perched himself on the turnbuckle, and then he launched himself through the air with the most devastating moonsault you've ever seen. Fatu crashed down on Brock Lesnar with such force that you could hear the impact throughout the arena. Brock was destroyed, laid out in the middle of the ring, and Jacob Fatu stood over him like a conqueror. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button because I'm about to reveal insider information that's going to blow your mind. This isn't just about one attack, this is about WWE's entire future direction, and you need to hear this. The aftermath of this attack is where things get really interesting. Medical staff rushed to the ring to check on Brock, but here's what WWE didn't show you on TV. Backstage reports indicate that Brock was legitimately injured. Multiple sources are saying he suffered bruised ribs and a possible concussion from that moonsault. Now, before you call this a work, understand that Brock Lesnar doesn't sell for anyone unless it's real. This man has worked through broken ribs before, but the way he was holding his midsection after this attack? That was genuine pain. Jacob Fatu didn't just attack Brock, he sent a message to the entire WWE locker room. He's declaring that the old guard's time is over, and a new era of dominance is beginning. This is the same Jacob Fatu who is tearing it up in other promotions, the same man who WWE fans have been begging to see on the main roster for years. And now that he's here, he's making his presence felt in the most violent way possible. Let me ask you this question, and I need you to comment your answer. Is Jacob Fatu the one who can finally retire Brock Lesnar? Think about it. Every legend needs someone to pass the torch to, and what better way than having Samoan royalty defeat the Beast? This could be the most significant passing of the torch moment since Brock defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now here's where the conspiracy theories start, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Insiders are saying that Brock's contract is up for negotiation soon, and this attack might be WWE's way of writing him off television if negotiations don't go well. Could Jacob Fatu's explosive return be WWE's insurance policy? Are they positioning him as the next monster heel to replace Lesnar if he decides to leave? The timing is too perfect to be a coincidence. But wait, there's more. Social media is buzzing with speculation about what happens next. Are we looking at a WrestleMania main event between these two behemoths? Could this lead to a match at the Royal Rumble? And most importantly, how will Brock respond? Because let's be real, you don't attack the Beast incarnate and just walk away. Brock's pride won't allow it, and when he comes back for revenge, it's going to be brutal. The wrestling world is talking about this everywhere. Twitter is on fire, Reddit threads have thousands of comments, and wrestling podcasts can't stop discussing the implications. This is the kind of moment that changes everything in WWE. Jacob Fatu has instantly elevated himself to main event status, and Brock Lesnar's invincibility has been shattered. Here's what I think is going to happen next, and you need to like this video if you agree with me. WWE is going to build to a match at a major premium live event where Brock gets his redemption story, but this is a big but Jacob Fatu is going over. Why? Because WWE needs new stars, and having Fatu defeat Lesnar clean in the middle of the ring would create the next generation's monster. It's smart booking, it's what the fans want, and it's what needs to happen for WWE's future. Think about the legacy implications here. If Jacob Fatu defeats Brock Lesnar, he joins an elite group of wrestlers who have conquered the Beast. He would be in the same conversation as Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and The Undertaker. That's the kind of victory that defines careers. That's the kind of moment that gets talked about for decades. Let's talk about the fan reaction because this is crucial. The WWE Universe is split right down the middle. Half the fans are saying Brock deserves respect and shouldn't be booked to lose to someone on their first main roster appearance. The other half is saying it's time for fresh blood and Jacob Fatu is the perfect person to usher in a new era. Comment below which side you're on because I'm reading every single comment. The intensity of this rivalry is already off the charts, and they haven't even had an official match yet. That's the sign of incredible storytelling. When you can get fans this invested with just one segment, you know you've struck gold. WWE Creative finally did something right, and I'm here for it. Now, before this video ends, I need you to do 3 things. First, absolutely smash the like button if you want to see Brock Lesnar vs Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. Second, subscribe to WWE Reporter because we're bringing you all the latest news, rumors, and insider information that you won't find anywhere else. And third, drop a comment telling me your honest prediction for how this storyline ends. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know because this is the kind of content that the WWE Universe needs to see. We're not holding back, we're not sugarcoating anything, and we're giving you the real story behind what's happening in WWE. The wrestling landscape just changed forever. Jacob Fatu is here, Brock Lesnar has been destroyed, and the WWE Universe will never be the same. This is the beginning of something legendary, and you're witnessing history in the making. Don't miss a second of what happens next because this is only going to get more intense.